This is a Headgum original.
Down and out, what's that about? You can count on them to count us out, but all year we've been doing it our own way. Down is where we wanna stay. Looking at us front of the class, back of the bus. But since when did we even care if they look past us or if they stare? Cause all we need's a bunch of weed, joints to smoke, munchies to feed. I've never smoked, but I'm down to try. If I inhale too much, are you sure I won't die? Down and out, what's that about? You can count on them.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
I'm really tired from
That was a lot.
that.
There's no way you could do a concert.
I'm so exhausted.
That was 70 seconds of lip syncing. And you're already gassed.
I spilled water on myself.
Yeah, it wasn't even like a cool liquid.
I was gonna,
Yeah.
pour it on my head, and then
You got some dirt on the couch, though.
Yeah.
We have some resolve.
and you have no resolve.
That was your song,
That was my band. That was me, not singing or playing any of the instruments,
per se.
but I am the de facto
Head.
band leader, main front lead singer guy, the front man of the band, I
Yeah.
would say.
It is weird that, like, most bands, like, if you come up with the songs, you have to also sing it. Like, there should be, like, the equivalent of a writer-director for a movie, but for a band.
That's
yeah.
me. I'm
Yeah.
the first ever of that new hybrid model.
Right. I guess most singers don't necessarily write their own songs.
Yeah, like people write fucking music for Katy Perry or whatever, and I could probably do that.
Yeah.
I could probably do that.
Yeah. So you're like that. You're not the Katy Perry. You're like the Dr. Luke behind the
Yeah,
person.
but not with the music. So
Sorry.
I'll do lyrics
Yeah.
if that's a trouble for anybody.
So the line where it's like, down to smoke. I've never smoked, but I'm down to try.
If I inhale too much, are you sure I won't die? That was
Yeah.
me.
I have
Yeah.
some munchies I could feed.
Right. Did we get to the munchies? Oh, yeah, munchies to feed.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was based on your suggestion of a guy who wants to try weed but is afraid.
That's cool. All right. I'm back in.
Yes. Shout out to Gareth O'Connor, who does
did all the other stuff.
Right.
So you can
the
listen.
actual front man.
You can listen to Fade on Shuffle anywhere, right? YouTube, Spotify.
Yeah.
iHeart.
Anywhere you listen to your music, you can check out Fade on Shuffle.
That's your second single. Mm-hmm. So you need about 10 more songs to make an album.
Yeah. Our goal is actually to make a 5-song EP.
Okay.
So I need to come up with lyrics to 2 more songs, and then we're going to do a pop punk cover of a song.
Wow.
Because that's kind of like classic.
What are you thinking?
I believe Gareth suggested that Hercules song, I Am On My Way.
Oh,
I Can
the
Go the
song
Distance.
from
Yeah.
Phil Collins from Hercules.
Yeah.
I can go the,
The
distance.
distance.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. That's going to be really good.
That'll be the best song on the album.
Yeah, it'll be funny because that's the one that I have absolutely nothing to do with, including not even choosing it as the cover.
Yeah, you fought tooth and nail to not include the Tarzan thing because Disney is, quote, litigious as fuck. Let's
Right.
not get into
Yeah.
that camp.
Tarzan actually would be a good one. I love that Son of Man song.
Oh,
Another
right.
Phil
I
Collins.
Can Go the Distance. That's Hercules.
Yeah, that's
not
Hercules.
Tarzan.
I don't know if it's Phil Collins either.
I Can Go the Distance for Hercules. Mm-hmm. I Can Go. Oh, yeah. Tarzan is Phil Collins, right?
Yeah, and it's a great soundtrack. Son of Man.
It was written, by Alan Menken, the guy who does all the Disney songs.
There you go.
Shout out to Alan.
Yep.
Shout out to Fade on Shuffle.
Big ups.
If you are listening to this, you missed Jake rocking out which we got on video because we're back in the studio together.
Yeah, we're back in the studio.
So you can see Jake going absolutely ham.
Yeah, and it's a little embarrassing how hard it was, but also it's cool that I didn't twist my ankle, which I really thought that I would do.
You could have, yeah.
I could have, easily. I could have been out of commission. I could have
are you
fallen
okay?
backwards into that camera over that microphone. I could have really hurt my ribs.
It just goes to show you that, like, these aging rock stars it's actually pretty impressive when you see, like, a 72-year-old rock star still going ham at a concert for 2 hours.
But, I did an hour-long Peloton bike boot camp, shout out to Jess Sims, this morning. So I feel like it's not really an age thing. It's more that I just, already worked out really hard today.
Oh, I see. So when you jumped on the couch and you were like, I'm afraid I twisted my ankle.
Yeah,
that was
just
because of the workout?
Yeah, that was just I've already done a bunch of human makers today. So I feel like, my quads were
kind of toasted.
Yeah. They were toasted. They were toasted. If I hadn't worked out, I probably would have been bouncing off the walls.
Maybe tomorrow you could do one without the workout. You could bounce off the walls.
Yeah, maybe. But I was planning on going swimming in the morning.
So just don't go swimming. You could bounce off the walls.
Yeah,
it seems like it's a better workout for you anyway.
Well, I'm training for a triathlon.
Oh, really? That includes swimming, biking, and running?
That's correct.
How long of each?
It's not the Olympic triathlon. It's called a sprint triathlon.
Okay.
So it's 10 meters of swimming.
That's so little.
1 lap of running.
Nothing.
And then you have to ride your bike down the block. But you can do it on your tricycle, which is what I have.
That's like an obstacle course you made for yourself.
No, I think it's half a mile swim, 12-mile bike ride, 3-mile run.
Wow. I mean, the swimming is the hardest part by far.
Yeah. I mean, for
Like
me,
a 3-mile run is relatively fine.
Yeah, I think
and a
everything.
12-mile bike ride, but a half-mile swimming is no joke.
All of those things on their own are very doable.
Yeah.
I do more, I do longer than that when I run. I do longer than that when I bike, but I never ever swim.
Right.
And it's open water swim. Not open water. It's a lake, but
So you can't just chill. Like you're like, ooh, I'm gassed. Let me hold on to the edge of the pool.
Yeah, no, I don't. I think that it's probably all beyond where you can touch. It's across a lake in New York, so I'm not entirely sure what the vibe is.
When are you going to do that?
September 24th.
That's so soon.
Yeah.
It might have already happened.
Oh yeah, it's possible.
Are you worried about the half-mile swim, or you've done half a mile of swimming uninterrupted?
I've done half mile uninterrupted. It's not easy. I was really gassed when I was done with that.
Especially if you don't practice.
Or no, you know what I did to practice? It's mostly just surfing.
Oh,
so
interesting.
The surfing has helped, especially because I paddle in a wetsuit. I've done 2, visiting the gym swimming laps, and both those times I swam a mile.
A mile straight.
Not I rest, but it's not like I needed to stand and sit on the wall or anything.
Right.
I could just as easily, if I'm in the lake, tread water for a bit and then continue
going.
swimming. Yeah.
Who are you doing it with?
My sister, maybe 2 of my sisters.
Wow.
And maybe Jill.
Wow.
Yeah.
I look forward to hearing how difficult or easy it was.
I look forward to telling you all about it.
How long do you think it'll take you?
I don't know what a good time even is.
Yeah.
So I actually have no idea. I want to see if I like the vibe, because if I do, I feel like that it could be something
start extending it.
Yeah, because I'll never be able to run a marathon because my legs just don't work like that. But I think if I can toss in biking and swimming, maybe I
could
could
do
do
a half Ironman.
Yeah, this one's the Olympic sprint, and then there's also it's the sprint triathlon, then the Olympic triathlon. That's the next one up. So
and Ironman is even more than that?
Ironman is like a full-ass marathon.
In addition to 125 of biking.
Yeah.
And a 3-mile swim.
Yeah, it's something like that. It's
it takes almost a day.
Yeah. So I'll never do that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but you could. You've done a marathon.
Yeah, but I can't do the other stuff.
Right. You don't know how to ride a bike.
Right, and I don't like swimming. I also don't really run that much anymore.
Yeah, it's
what
true.
I could do is an hour of
Would
tennis.
you ever run another marathon?
No, definitely
you wouldn't.
not.
You would never do it.
No,
never. Not even a hint in your mind that is it would be fun to prove that I still got it.
No, I don't still got it. I play sports now, and it's after an hour, I'm pretty much done.
Interesting.
Yeah. I'm out. I'm fully out the game. Mm-hmm. All right, this is After All an Advice podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get into it. We're not just talking about Jake's fitness goals. We're talking about people who are stuck in sticky situations. It's called If I Were You. It's the only advice pod on the web, hosted by us. These are real emails from real people We just got to give them some fake names
Okay.
to preserve their anonymity. It makes sense. We
Right.
don't want to out them.
Definitely.
This subject line made me laugh. It says, in all caps, I think Tigger fucked me.
I think Tigger fucked me. Okay.
Exclamation point. Exclamation point.
Interesting. Get our attention with the subject. That's the key.
I'm 29 and I live in England. I have a really weird problem, and everyone else I've spoken to would rather laugh at me. I live with my girlfriend, and we've been together for a few years. It was my birthday last week, and my girlfriend's father surprised me with a gift he'd made himself.
Wow.
I know he's been an amateur painter for a while, but I've never seen any of his work before now. The problem is it's a large portrait of a tiger, and it looks like a fucking 12-year-old made it. I'm a gentleman, so I pretended like it was amazing, and he fell for it. However, he's at our house often. What the fuck do I do with this fucking abortion of a tiger?
Oh my God.
My girlfriend seems to think it's not so bad and we should put it up anyway. I've grown quite fond of her in the last 6 years and I don't want to fuck
6
this up.
years.
But I really hate it. Help. I'll attach a picture of it in all its horror. I sent it
Wow.
to Casey. Let's see if we can get it on the big board. But a painting of a tiger so
Oh.
bad that he doesn't want to leave it up.
I don't think that's. I mean, I feel like this is an artistic choice.
Yeah.
It's not like he's trying to draw a realistic tiger.
Yeah, it's more like in the style of like 11th century Japanese art or something
Yeah,
like
it
that.
kind of looks like the face is more of a horse face.
It's better than I can do,
Yeah,
but that doesn't
the
say
colors
much.
are fun. I mean, look, art is subjective, so he doesn't like it. What are you gonna do? I don't think this is bad at all.
I can see a world where it looks like a 7-year-old painted it though.
Yeah, sure. I mean, but you know, I feel like some art is knowing the source of it, knowing the artist.
Yeah.
So you know who painted it for you. I think it's nice to do the right thing for your family. You have to make sacrifices every once in a while. I don't know how big your place is. This needs to go on the wall.
Oh,
it's
it needs
actually,
to?
Yeah, it's non-negotiable to me.
Can you do the whole like when he's here, let's put it up. When he's gone, it's
No, because then you have to talk. Then it becomes a thing. Why would you make it a thing? Where you're telling your girlfriend that you don't like her dad's passion.
Yeah.
Like it was a very sweet gesture. He painted this. He gave it to you, and now you not only have to say I don't like it, but you have to tell your girlfriend that you hate it so much that I don't know. I feel like not liking it is a personal thing.
Yeah.
You should keep that secret. Don't tell your girlfriend that you don't like it because then she has to keep a secret from your dad.
Right.
From her dad. Of
course.
That's not right.
I will say like the more paintings, like the more you keep it up, the less your eyes will even notice it. Like you just sort of, if something is constantly there, you just stop seeing it entirely.
Yeah. So let's think about it like this. You send this bad boy to FrameBridge. You pick a cool frame. You get the you kind of start to make it a piece that is beyond just the actual canvas. You know what I mean? You could also put this, I don't know the size of it. It looks like that's a bag right here.
Yeah, that's a bag.
So not huge. This could easily be with a nice frame, easily be part of a gallery wall. It'll blend in with a bunch of other art.
So you want him to put the bag up as art?
No, I'm saying this painting is not so big that it would take up, an entire wall. The bag,
It's not like a piece of little, like a trinket.
I was using it as a size reference. Stop focusing on the bag.
I don't mind the bag right here.
Try not to think about the bag as much as you are.
Yeah.
I'm saying the bag means
that's a nice piece.
it's honestly
That's a really nice piece.
not really. Not really. It's a little gauche, don't you think?
But to be like art,
The camel leather with the gold, it's a little gauche. It's
imagine
not
like
tasteful.
a painting, a bag, maybe you have like a shoe. It's like a bunch of shit on the wall.
Yeah. No, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's a good idea at all. I think you misread something that I said and have followed it down your own path, and now you're lost in the wilderness with
That'd
this
be cool, like
idea. I know you
a
think it'd
glass,
be cool.
a vase.
I don't see how you come
bag.
back from this, Blumenfeld. You're talking about everyday objects being on the wall. All because I used it as a reference point for the size of the painting.
Cereal or something, yeah.
You don't hear
A
me.
bowl.
It's like I'm not speaking.
That actually is not a bad idea either, like a shirt.
I didn't say anything. That's not a bad idea either. You came up with it.
An old pencil sharpener, like from elementary school, the kind where you go like that.
That's interesting.
Really?
That's interesting.
On the wall next to a bag.
Yeah.
That's a coat hanger. A coat rack. That's a bag.
Yeah, so if you put enough shit on your wall, then you will stop noticing this.
Exactly.
There's also, I mean, there must be some place in your house, like it doesn't have to go above your bed, but is there some place in your house that feels like it's getting primary billing, but that is not, like right in the living room? A hallway is a good place for that.
Yeah.
Also, if you've been with your girlfriend for 6 years, in theory, you guys have hung some stuff on the wall, so, maybe it's not like insulting that you're not going to put it above the bed because you have something there already.
Yes, exactly.
So find a place for it.
Or
I think find a place for it.
What if you face
And learn
it
to love it.
the other way? Flip it around so it's facing the wall.
No.
Back
Obviously
of the
not.
canvas.
Yeah. Back of the canvas, bag, punching bag, shopping bag.
Different bag. That's our bag wall, and then the tiger thing wouldn't make sense unless it was facing the wall.
I think you just need to reframe this in your head. Learn to love it. You have to learn to love it because what it represents is your significant other's father giving you a gift. Except
borderline father-in-law.
Yeah, borderline father-in-law accepting.
The dangerous game is like, oh, you like the tiger? I can do a whole fucking zoo for you guys.
Yeah.
It'll look like you're Dr. Doolittle in here.
Yeah. Well, then you could say like, yeah, we have some friends and family who would love this as well. So you don't have to put it in your house. You say like, yes,
I
keep on
can do
painting
you a
stuff.
zebra so big there won't even be room for a bag.
Yeah. So I guess that's the slippery slope that maybe your attaboy gives him so much encouragement that he thinks you want to dedicate your entire house. He thinks you want it to become a gallery to him.
Yeah. A museum of sorts.
But I think the other risk is that you insult your girlfriend and her father, and you kind of create a rift that you can't come back from.
So the tiger painting, though bad, is not as bad as a rift.
Yeah, and I don't even think it's bad. I think it's nice.
All right, and if you guys are watching on our YouTube channel, you can see this tiger. You can weigh in yourself.
Yeah.
I wonder if he can become a Detroit Tigers fan, so he feels like almost like
A kinship.
with the tiger itself.
That's nice. Is that a monkey in the tree or just a different color for the branch?
That looks like it's a monkey in the tree. Yeah, it might be a monkey.
The proportion is certainly off there.
It's too small of a monkey.
Yeah.
The monkey is 6 inches tall compared to the tiger.
The tiger should have a tail, no?
Well, the bag should have a tail.
Why?
Let's take a break.
Yeah, let's.
Because you're hyper focused on the bag idea.
No, I'm not.
And I think we just have to reset.
Let's have a reset.
Let's have a reset. Let's thank some sponsors and come back after these massages. Thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this episode of our show.
Thank you.
Life is constantly presenting problems.
Indeed.
And you find yourself oftentimes stuck dealing with those problems.
Of course.
Therapy is a great way to give you the tools to get out of those, difficult problems.
Sure is.
Talking to somebody, especially a licensed professional therapist, can give you the access and the framework and the mentality you need to sort of overcome life's obstacles.
That is exactly correct.
And there's no better way to do that therapy than BetterHelp.
Oh,
And it's because you can do it out of the comfort of your own home.
that's very convenient.
Yeah, it's online therapy. They really timed it just right because now's the time we need online therapy the most, and BetterHelp was there to help.
Yes.
So if you're thinking of giving therapy a try, BetterHelp is a great option because it's convenient, accessible, affordable, and entirely online.
There you go.
When you want to be a better problem solver, therapy can help get you there. Like we said, visit betterhelp.com/ifiwereyou today to get 10% off your first month.
Yes, that's help, H-E-L-P.
Yes, BetterHelp, HELP.com/ifiwereyou. You can talk to one of their licensed therapists in as soon as 48 hours.
Woo, baby.
So they're fast, they're
Yeah,
convenient,
lightning
they're
fast.
affordable, and they're available right now at betterhelp.com/ifiwereyou. Thank you, BetterHelp.
Bye.
Thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this episode of our program.
Oh, baby.
You use Squarespace.
I use it. I love it.
You can basically build a really professional looking website from scratch.
You can build a media empire.
And you
on
don't
Squarespace.
even have to know how to code or design.
Yes, that's right.
Squarespace makes
Though
it
I
easy.
do, but yeah.
And you can even purchase domain names through Squarespace.
Yes.
But there's not a lot of good .coms available. That's why every time we endorse Squarespace, we try to give you one for free.
Oh, booger me?
What's that?
Booger me?
Booger me?
Booger me?
What do you say?
Can you booger me?
What is that?
It's where you hand me a booger of yours.
All right.
.com, folks.
It lands in your mouth. That's
Choking on your snot.
Yeah.
Booger me.
That's the worst thing to do during a pandemic is the passing snot to one another.
I thought it was more about like spray from the mouth. I didn't
Yeah,
know
it's all the same. It's all
snot
stuff that's in you
based.
going out.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize it was snot based.
It's year 4 at this point. You didn't know that it was snot based. Also, every disease is snot based. You
Booger
have
me?
no cachet,
Hey, booger
men.
me?
That's right.
Booger me?
Cachetmen.com.
Cachet man.
It's like if you want to start a cool club where it's like if guys have a ton of cachet.
Social cachet.
Because ultimately that's what you want. So if you want boogerme.com or cachetmen.com, maybe somebody's full name.com could be a
you
good
go.
gift.
Yep.
You want to sell stuff online, e-commerce functionality. You can do it all through Squarespace. And if you haven't yet, you can go to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/ifiwereyou to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
There it is.
So it's squarespace.com/ifiwereyou. You get a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, you save 10%.
Right.
Low price, good-looking websites.
Yep.
There's no reason not to hop in right now.
Exactly.
Check them out and booger me.
Booger me. Cachet man.
And we're back. Jake, do you have any... Mom, I'm coming! Gross.
Subscribe to Headgum's newest podcast.
Yeah.
The Formula One podcast.
Wow.
Hosted by none other than our man, Speed Caser.
Holy
that is right.
shit.
Casey
Let's
Donahue.
go.
So you guys did one pilot,
We did one pilot.
proof of concept.
It went viral.
It was a hit.
It was a major hit.
It was a positive feedback loop.
Positive feedback loop. I don't know if we've ever had a more successful pilot. at
Everybody
Headgum.
wanted to watch, hear, enjoy along.
They demanded it. They demanded more, and there was almost a January 6th level riot when we didn't cover the race the following week in Belgium. Yeah,
So what happened? Because there was a bunch of people here. Was that?
that was that.
A bunch of, yeah.
Exactly.
Sort of alt-right
Someone shit in Marty's
insurrectionists.
office, right?
Yeah, we was wearing Viking helmet.
Yeah, right.
I thought that was Casey.
It was. He led them up. But we covered last week's Monza Grand Prix. So there's 2 episodes now. There's the pilot and the race from the 11th.
And it's the same crew in the pilot as the second one.
Yes, though we missed Andrew Pyle, who was traveling, but he is a regular host. It's me, Marika, Jeff, Andrew Pyle, and Casey is our host.
Wow, it's a real Headgum production.
Yeah,
The pit wall.
the pit wall. We watched the Grand Prix. We make a prediction before the race. We play the prediction,
Yeah.
then we just recap the race, talk all about it, all the hot goss.
In the first episode, you made the prediction from
Yeah.
20 to 1.
Yep, and then in the second episode, Pyle made the prediction.
And how did he do?
Not great. I believe he used the term dead monarch energy
Yeah.
was going to propel Lewis Hamilton to
Brit.
the win.
Yeah.
Because he's a knight. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was knighted. So Sir Lewis Hamilton, who I believe came in 5th or 6th. Is that right, Casey?
He came in 5th, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was 5th. He was in 5th. Sainz is in 4th.
Yes.
Then Russell.
Yeah.
Then Leclerc. Then Verstappen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he get the because Verstappen wins every single race, as far as I know, right?
Yeah, that's
Did he
just
nail
about
that
right.
prediction?
I think he's
No.
won 7 in a row.
Yeah, he didn't. It's not fun to predict that Verstappen will win because he usually does.
How does one win 7 races in a row? Is his car driving faster? Like,
He's-
I'm not quite
well, he
understanding
does have
what
a
he can do that other people cannot.
Their car is better. Every team constructs their own car.
I see.
So the Red Bull car is better than most of the cars on the grid.
That seems
it has,
weird. Like,
or
imagine
all
a
of the
shoe
cars,
in
yeah.
basketball so good that like this player's the best because he has that.
Yeah, well, kind of. But like, imagine one place has all. So like, if Nike only made shoes for one team, and the other people had to use Allbirds, like you actually could maybe imagine that they wouldn't be as good, right?
But then can Ferrari not like see what the car is made out of? Like, what do they got that they can't do?
Well, my understanding is they made changes to how the car can be constructed between last season and this season. So
yeah.
Every team had to make adjustments to it, and Red Bull made the best adjustments to the aerodynamics. It's like all underneath the car
Wow.
is faster than every other car.
So
the other teams can't really fix it until next season.
got it. So like even if the race was just a 200-meter sprint, the Red Bull car would go faster.
Maybe, but there are cars that have better straight line speed.
Yeah.
So it's the whole package, the Red Bull car, and then it's coupled with they do have the best driver because Verstappen wins every race, but like Sergio Perez, who is also in Red Bull, doesn't always come in second.
And he has the same car.
The same car. And I mean, they both. I think they did a 1-2 in at Spa, and Verstappen beat Perez's time by like 13 seconds.
And are like the quotes after the match or the race being like, yeah, he has a faster car, so we're not really that upset. His car goes
there are
faster.
things that can happen in a
They're
race
kind of
that
getting
like
there.
Yeah, they're like, what do you want from us?
yeah,
He has a car
they
that's
say things
fast.
like he's operating on another planet, like it's like no, we can't catch him. And
Is it
they're-
instantly like he races off to a lead? It's like, that's it, he's gone, he's in first, he's never going to get
in
caught.
Spa, he had like a grid penalty. He started from like 14th or something, and by lap 2, he was like fighting for the lead. He like,
And then once he's in the lead, it's over.
yeah, once he's in the lead, no one can catch him. But there are
It's like
things that
Usain
can
Bolt.
right. But there are things that can happen. Like in this race, he was in the lead. He was in the lead by like 27 seconds or 17 seconds. You know, like an insurmountable lead.
Yeah.
And a car died on the side of the road. So they had to go to a safety car where everyone has to reduce their speed and follow a safety car, and they tend to all bunch back up. And then it's about like who has the better tires and who can get a better restart. But the race didn't restart under the safety car. They ran out of time. So like there are ways that he could lose the race.
Right.
It's
But
just
it rarely
everything.
happens.
All of the breaks also seem to go his way. So he has the best car. He's the best driver, and then all of the the unpredictable stuff just works out in his favor. So he's
he-
touched by God in a way too.
Is he a good guy?
It's definitely easier to portray him as a villain. I don't think he's a bad guy. I think he's
What does he look like? How old is he?
he kind of looks like a villain. He's
25?
yeah, he's a
26?
young
Where's he from?
the Netherlands and Belgium. He's a young Dutchman.
Oh wow, he looks like a billionaire.
Yeah. Christian Horner, the team principal from Red Bull, I think is kind of a sniveling dickling. So it's like they're an easy team to hate, and Max is easy to hate because he wins every race. But I don't think
He looks like Luka Doncic.
Yeah, definitely.
Meets Jay Cutler meets Quasimodo.
Not really Quasimodo.
Yeah, because he sort of has this not hunchback energy, but he definitely gives Quasi.
He doesn't. Who's the hot guy in Quasimodo? Who's the prince?
That's what he looks like.
It's
to you.
Quasimodo, Esmeralda, and some other guy.
Yeah, the guy that keeps him in the tower.
Yeah, no, not the guy that keeps him in the tower.
Yeah. The sort of evil tower owner.
Yeah.
So people don't necessarily like this Verstappen character.
A lot of people do like him.
Oh,
but
really?
I think that it makes racing a little less fun to just see him win every single week.
That's what happens in some sports where some guy gets too good and then it's like the backlash. to
Yeah.
that.
But it's fun to watch people like almost beat him. And I think it'd be really fun now to see some people beat him. But we haven't gotten to see that.
Has he lost? I guess he hit 7 in a row, right?
Yeah, there've been a couple races where like the Red Bull was having problems in the beginning of the season where like, something like he lost power in the car, like the hydraulics failed. I can't remember exactly what, but like he either wins or does not finish. He doesn't like just come in second or third.
And last year he wasn't this dominant.
He was pretty dominant last year, but Lewis Hamilton from Mercedes also had a very good car, and they were kind of like trading wins, and they had a major rivalry. But this year, there's just nobody that's competing with him.
Oh my God, he's my height.
Is he really?
He's 5'11". What? I'm not 5'6".
Sorry. You give 5'6" the way he gives Quasimodo.
And his birthday's coming up too. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah,
When's
he's
his
turning
birthday?
25 on September 30th.
Wow, that's a race
So
weekend.
he's 24 currently?
He's 24.
What race is on the 30th? Isn't there a race?
No, the next race is October 2nd, Singapore.
Singapore, damn.
Are you guys only doing the podcast during races?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for now.
Yeah, it's not every week. It's just whenever there is a race, you guys do
Yeah.
it. I wonder if you guys should do like a live react too, like a live stream version of it.
Yeah, I think we talked about doing that, but Casey has to host and engineer, edit, and post the episode. So it's
Yeah.
kind of your call, but I'm game.
That's really cool.
I think
It might be easier to just do everything live and then
our
that's
text
it.
thread is funnier while we're watching the race. So I'm for the live reaction.
Aren't these races like in the middle of the night though?
They're on early in the morning. So I'm watching it at 9. It's on at 6 a.m. here. Singapore might be different. I don't know
Yeah,
what
it
time
depends on the
Singapore is.
country. I think Japan, it'll be like 2 a.m. here,
Yeah, and
which is easier to handle for me personally than
You're a night
5
owl?
a.m. Yeah.
see, when the Melbourne or the Australian Grand Prix started at like 1 a.m. and I was like, oh, I'll just stay up. But then it's like 10:30. I'm like, I have nothing to do. I have to go to bed until the race.
So you fell asleep from 11 to 1?
Yeah, and I set my alarm. 1 a.m. got up like, whoa, Jesus. Should I have
Oatmeal?
should I have a drink? I have no idea.
Should I have a beer or a coffee?
Yeah, or a Red Bull?
It actually reminds me of the car you rented today,
Tesla?
the Tesla.
Yeah.
You said the car itself was too smart for you.
Yeah, I'm too dumb to drive that car. I
Right.
hate that car. I'm gonna get a lot of flack in the comments, but I really don't like it.
Well, it's maybe like cool because now like Musk has the backlash.
Oh,
So you're
okay.
On the cutting edge of that.
Yeah, I feel like everybody was being like, "Yeah, Musk is an asshole, but he's got a great product."
The
and I
Tesla
actually,
itself, yeah.
I think the opposite. I think Musk is cool.
Yeah, he's the
car
man.
kind of sucks.
Yeah.
I got upgraded at the Hertz rental car. They're like, "Do you want this Tesla?" And because they're rolling them out, and I was like, "Oh fuck yeah, this is gonna be awesome." And the way you have to drive it is like, I can't see anything. Can't see out the back. Forget it. At the side mirrors, I have no idea how to adjust them. And if you put your signal on rather than like looking out the mirror, it just shows you a video of what is like a camera that's
Right, even
that
the
is
mirrors
where
of
your
the
mirror.
camera,
Yeah.
yeah.
So the car is kind of asking you to just don't worry about seeing anything with your eyes. We're showing you a video, and we have sensors everywhere. We'll tell you how fast and where you are in the lane, and everything. And then like when you press the gas, you go, and when you ease up on the gas,
You break.
You brake.
So it's
It
pressing a
slows you to a
brake.
stop. It's like pressing the brake. Marty said that is recharging the battery, like the power unit or something, as you lift up. But like basically, in a regular car, you press down on the gas, you can take your foot off, and you're still going forward. This car, press down on the gas. If you lift your foot up at all, you start to stop. And like forget about moving to the brake, because then you would just like grind. You would stop very, very short.
You're right.
So I got car sick yesterday driving from the airport to the hotel.
You got car sick in your own car because
As
it
I
was
was
almost
driving.
self-driving to the point where you
Yeah.
felt like a passenger.
It's so smart. It feels when I drive my car, it feels like I'm driving it. It felt like a shared responsibility. It was like me and the car working together to get to the hotel.
yeah.
It's-
Cars went from like manual to automatic, and now this is the next iteration. of
Yeah, and I'm glad that I'll die out before things are fully self-driving. I hope.
Yeah, it seems like it's happening already. Marty has a Tesla, and he was showing me the self-driving functionality. And like the car on the freeway, he wasn't even touching the steering wheel.
Yeah.
It was just like keeping distance, changing lanes, and doing all that.
There's just so much shit. Like to use the AC, it's like a touch screen, and you can kind of like swipe and be like, oh, the air is blowing this way now, and here's like, and now I'm turning it lower. It's like, I don't care about
report.
that. Just like fucking, I want a button.
That makes it go on.
Yeah, I'll control the fan. I don't need to like fucking.
Have you seen the fart feature where it sort of does like a little toot?
Yeah, that's so dumb.
What do you think of that?
It's like it's supposed
Do
to
you
be
like
the
that?
coolest.
Do you like that part? But not
How are
the
you
other
supposed to
parts?
trust a car with your life to like self-drive and like avoid, cars on the highway? It's like, oh, and also it'll for you.
Yeah,
That's fun.
it's a whoopee
No.
cushion.
Yeah. How about you take this seriously? Because you're in charge of me being safe on the road.
Yeah.
Let's not toot at all, Elon.
Remember some cars like in the early 90s had the seatbelt that automatically went on?
Oh yeah, I hated that.
Yeah,
I absolutely.
It's kind of like
that.
it seems like Tesla would have a cooler version of that. They got rid of
Yeah.
that though. It seems like nothing has that anymore.
Yeah, I think people like got strangled from it. But yeah, a car to me is like, I just need it to turn on and I want to be able to drive to a place. And this is like, it's just so many features that it's a little overwhelming, and I'm not interested in learning any of them.
Is it very quiet?
Yeah, it's utterly silent. I have no idea if it's ever on or off.
Would you be interested in a non-Tesla electrical vehicle?
No, because I don't have anywhere, like in the city, I don't have a parking garage or like, an off-street parking place where I could charge. So, and I know you can like go to a charging station and like, but I don't know.
You got to be there for a little bit.
Yeah, I don't want to do that at all.
You should be able to charge your battery at home and then slide it into a Tesla.
Yeah, and maybe that would be more interesting. At the very least, I'm interested in like a more hybrid car that gets better gas mileage.
Right, but you still need to pump it up full of gas.
Yeah, and until I can have a car that I can actually just, I don't know, if there's another way to charge the battery rather than me like running a power cord out into the street.
Yeah, people are doing that here. I'm like tripping over extension cords that go from somebody's house to like the sidewalk.
I want to live in the world that runs on electric cars, but we aren't doing it a clean enough job of it yet.
Yeah, you know how like you can charge your phone by putting it on a pad?
Yeah.
They should have a pad the size of a car.
See, that would be awesome. If like if parking spots would just charge your car.
Yeah.
Nice. I like that.
Actually, I've been DMing with Elon, and that could be one of the few things that I bring up to him.
Cool.
I had an idea.
Yeah. What are your other ideas?
Well, I've been asking
You
him
said
for
few
like,
things.
yeah, I've been asking him for, I'm trying to sell feet pics.
So it's not really an idea for Tesla. You're just trying to get a picture of his feet.
Him in a thong sandal. And now I'm like,
Yeah.
but maybe if I have the...
Is that a business idea? You're selling them where?
I'm
Or do you just
selling
have
them-
a foot fetish?
I'm selling feet pictures of famous people on 8chan.
I see.
But I'm saying now that I have his ear,
Do you have his ear?
he hasn't responded yet.
Do you have
Give
his
us a follow,
toe?
maybe. I have Elon's foot on the line, and I can reel him in. All right, let's take another break, answer some more questions after these messages. Thank you to Dadgrass for sponsoring this episode of our show.
I do love Dadgrass.
Yeah, it's like instead of getting so drunk that it sort of ruins your night, you have a glass of wine and a nice buzz.
Yep, it's perfect.
It's that, but for weed.
Yeah, it's a great vibe.
It's legal organic hemp that relaxes your body and mellows your mind without being couch locked.
And it feels good. It just feels good to hold that fucking joint. It's tightly rolled. It's well packed.
Yeah. No more like, are you like trying to like lick paper and trying to be like, oh shit, how do I fucking do this? There's loose leaf
You need a
everywhere.
grinder.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just comes in a cool package.
All Dadgrass products are federally legal. That's my favorite part.
Yeah,
'Cause
I
like obeying
love when
laws.
something's federally legal.
And it's legal for ages 18 and over, I should say, and ships right to your door anywhere in the U.S.
Perfect.
So check them out. Go to dadgrass.com/ifiwereyou to see all of their products. And if you're looking to be left in a euphoric mood, but don't want to break the bank, right now Dadgrass is offering our listeners 20% off their first order when you go to dadgrass.com/ifiwereyou.
Get it.
That's dadgrass.com/ifiwereyou. You get 20% off your first order, and you just get to enjoy the last remnants of summer.
Yeah.
Can you get high during the winter, or it's more of like a fall activity?
You can get high year round.
It's more like an indoor smoke.
It definitely
though.
feels nice to smoke outside at the end of a summer night or
Yeah.
like, magic hour in autumn.
Yeah.
That's nice.
But-
In the winter, you kind of have to like probably lean out the window.
Right. It's like you're not like out in the rain getting fucking
don't
doobie
think so.
spliff high.
I don't doobie spliff high.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a verse of my my weed
Next
song.
All right, so check them out. That's dadgrass.com/ifIwereYou.
Oh yeah.
Thank you to Backbone for sponsoring this episode of our show.
Yeah. Thank you.
Backbone turns your phone into a mobile gaming device.
It's amazing. Nobody thought of it sooner.
Yeah, and they just released a PlayStation edition of their beloved Backbone 1.
There you go.
It's an officially licensed controller for PlayStation that was brought to life in collaboration with the PlayStation design team.
Whoa.
Yeah. Elegant
Legit.
colors. All you got to do is simply plug your iPhone into the Backbone and enjoy console quality controls as you play console games via remote play or cloud streaming services and app store games.
It really seems like the perfect like travel thing for sure.
That's right. You can go to playbackbone.com/ifIwereYou now to order your Backbone for a limited time and get free access to over 350 games and perks.
Whoa.
Holy cow, Backbone is now the official partner of Diablo Immortal. Not only is the game specifically optimized for Backbone, but you will also receive $10 off in-game perks.
Okay.
She.
Find
your next adventure at playbackbone.com/ifIwereYou.
Nice.
Thanks, Backbone.
Thank you.
And we're back.
Yes, we are.
Seriously, man.
Okay.
You can't be on your phone during the podcast.
I wasn't on my phone during the podcast. I was on my phone during the break, and you brought us back in really fast.
Abruptly.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of really fast and abrupt, this guy's writing style makes it sound like he's in a lot of, I guess, an emergency situation.
Interesting.
Just the subject of his email is, in all caps, advice would be helpful right about now.
All right. He's stuck somewhere.
He's sort of mad at us.
Uh-huh.
Here's the situation. There's a girl I like, but I feel as though I don't have a chance with her.
All right.
Help.
That's
No,
it?
There's more. We're kind of friends, but we're friends in a way that when I hang out with my group of friends, she's usually there, but we never talk one-on-one. I feel as though I should get closer to her and open up to her, but I don't think I have many similar interests, so I find it hard to converse with her. This is also caused by how I usually don't talk to her, so it's weird if I start now. She's kind of nerdy, and I am too a little bit, but less so.
Okay.
But I never really got into things like D&D and stuff she's interested in. That said, I have to say I'm pretty dull all around. I sit around and watch Netflix all day and play casual mobile games. Shout out to Backbone. The thing about getting close to her as a friend, her closer friend who she hangs out with, told her he likes her. She said she wasn't interested. All of this comes with a few questions, like how do I approach her without being weird? Is there no chance with me and her? Do I get into what she's into? How do I become a more interesting and charismatic person? Just those light questions. Mm-hmm. And if you could answer them in the order they were received, that would be greatly appreciated.
I mean, you nailed it with the second aspect of this, which is get into the things that she's into.
Yeah.
I mean, ideally, you're doing that in a real way, like, but it sounds like you don't have any hobbies that you really enjoy. You called yourself dull.
That's a hard one to have no hobbies.
Yeah.
Because I know someone with a few hobbies, like I like basketball and a few things. But if I just didn't like sports, and then I also didn't like movies or music, what's left at that point?
There's so many things that are left. You just have to get out there and
Do them.
You have to try to explore.
Yeah, you have to accidentally do something.
Yeah. And I think so let's actually back up even further. It says he has no hobbies. He's not interested in anything except casual gaming. So let's break the mold there, right? Because then you get into anything. Doesn't even have to be what she's interested in, but you'll feel more confident. You'll feel more interesting. You will have something to talk about, even if it's not something she likes.
Yes.
You don't have to like the same thing to have an interesting conversation.
Right.
So step one, before you worry about how to approach this person, let's fix the root cause of the insecurity, which is I think you need to have a hobby.
You got to get a hobby.
Get a hobby.
Figure out what you like to do /see.
Yeah.
Even watching movies is a hobby.
It is. You're a cinephile.
That's right. A deep dive into Kubrick, for example, turns you into a casual Netflix watcher to someone who has an opinion on a specific thing.
Then you're watching with a purpose.
Yes.
So get into something.
And it can't just be The Office reruns. That's not a hobby.
Yeah, that's a break from your hobby.
Yeah.
And it's fine to watch The Office reruns too.
What about if you take the casual mobile gaming one step further and you become an intense fucking Twitch streamer? That way you're turning a light hobby into something more substantial.
There you go. Yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah. But it's hard to fake. Like, if it's not deep into your bones interesting to you, you can never get into it.
Yeah. And then the other thing is like, how do I just talk to her? It'll be weird.
Yeah.
It's like, it's only going to be weird if you talk to her and tell her you're into her after not talking to her at all. And you actually might not be as into her as you even think because you actually haven't spoken to her, right?
Advice would be helpful right about now.
We're giving him a lot of advice.
Okay.
So yeah, I think let's not worry about the outcome that you want, which is you maybe want to be romantically involved with this person.
Yeah.
Let's just worry about creating any relationship with her now because she hangs out with your friends, but you don't speak to her. Try speaking to her. That's step one.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be towards the goal of being romantic. Just speak with her to be her friend because you're hanging out in a group of friends. And it might be actually a little rude that you're not talking to her. So talk to her about her interests. And you don't have to share them to be interested in them.
Yeah, but you can sort of find out what those interests are, then give them a spin, a test run yourself.
Yeah, because now you're in the market for a new hobby. Maybe you could talk to her about that.
I'm in the market for a new hobby if you have anything, crochet or anime.
Not really a hobby, but
I'm into craisins recently. Cranberry raisins.
yeah, you're right. That's not a hobby.
I've been dehydrating fruit is all.
That's a hobby.
Well, buying it.
Consuming it. Oh.
Fruit leather. Fruit pleather. Fruit canvas.
And burlap.
On the
unrelated
wall.
to fruit.
There's a bag on the wall. I've gotten into home decor.
Good shit.
If you had to choose a hobby completely unrelated to what you do now, like pretend all your hobbies were off the table.
Okay.
What would you choose and when?
Wow.
You have to choose a new hobby.
It's hard not to just think about any of the. I guess a theme of my hobbies is that they're all active. I've heard people really love pickleball, but I'm not that interested in trying it. It's a really good question. I love it.
What about pickling?
Pickling?
That's a hobby.
Yeah, I guess romantically, the ones that I've liked are like trying to become more like hands-on and like DIY. So maybe if I had no hobbies, like I wasn't going
Like
surfing
build
or
a
biking,
table or
I
some
would,
shit.
or just like I'd go around my house and be like, oh, I like would like to see if I can improve this thing or like
DIY.
yeah, just like small
Sanding.
small projects that I'm like normally I'd pay somebody to power wash my front yard, but I'm like,
Yeah.
no, maybe I'll get a power washer and see how that
That's cool. Look
works.
into it.
Yeah, something like that.
Me, I wouldn't be able to choose. That's just not a fair question.
Fine, let's move
Thank
on.
you so much for writing in, everybody.
Don't look at me.
All my,
Don't look at me.
all my
smug.
hobbies are true to me, to my soul. And to say,
You said
let
you
me
like
just choose
basketball.
one
And
at
who would I be if
random.
I didn't like basketball?
It wouldn't be me anymore, man. Like
Good.
the fact that you
Good.
have an answer to that question.
Ideally,
it
you would
shows
choose
that
a
you're
hobby that
deeply
makes you
flawed.
not you.
You-
No one likes
You're
you.
not true to yourself because you can just power washing. Nice. Oh, everybody, Jake will fucking change who he is on the drop of a hat with
That's
one
the golden mic for
hypothetical.
you. You finally stood up for yourself.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Ooh, dropped glasses. It's a little disruptive. I didn't like the way you made such a meal of it. Thinking about rescinding, revoking. Usually you're not supposed to do this.
We're almost. I feel like this is the end of the episode.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, the golden mic is yours for standing up for yourself.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had no idea that's all it took.
It's just confidence.
500 something. I'm literally getting choked up.
Yeah, well, try to bring the episode home because I feel like what you're doing now is so disruptive.
I don't want it to end. If that makes sense. This feeling has to last.
You're talking so slow.
Let's find another question.
Oh, you're derailing the show. The award is about excellence in podcasting, so let's land the plane gently. Let's just bring it home. You earned the award. Stick the landing, Blumenfeld.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Thank you
All right.
for watching the last episode of our podcast.
Really, it's going to be over now.
I think I have to go out on a high note or something.
This is why you've never won the award. This is why I'm rescinding the award. It is
No
being
way!
revoked. It's being revoked.
Why?
Never in history has someone earned it and lost it in an episode.
Right, because you've always won it.
And I win it now for protecting its sanctity. Let's close this out. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. If you did watch over on the If I Were You YouTube, thanks for listening. Remember to rate and subscribe. We've got a ton of other content out there over on our Patreon, patreon.com/JA. Let's thank that artist who submitted a theme song, who was me. I am the lead man, the front man of the band, Fade on Shuffle. Why don't we take it out with the second half of that song? Shout out to Gareth O'Connor, who is my bandmate. And shout out to you, who is taking home the 538th Turdy, a record that I do know will stand the test of time and stand the test of rhyme. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Down and out, what's that about? You can count on them to count us out, but all year we've been doing it our own way. Down is where we wanna stay. Look at them looking at us from off the class, back off the bus. But since when did we even care if they looked past us or if they stare? Cause all we need's a bunch of weed, joints to smoke, munchies to feed. I've never smoked, but I'm down to try. If I inhale too much, are you sure I won't die? Down and out, what's that about? You can count on them to count us out, but all year we've been doing it our own way. Down is where we wanna stay. Let's drink a toast to a life of crime. Bottoms up for my first time. If this isn't fucked up, I don't know what is. No, for real though, I don't know what is. I think I'm drunk, I know I'm stoned. Someone help me, take me home. I stole my mom's wine and I drank it in the park, but I gotta get back home before it gets dark. Down and out, what's that about? You can count on them to count us out, but all year we've been doing it our own way. Down is where we wanna stay. Cause all we need is a bunch of weed, joints to smoke, munchies to feed, a tote to have and a bong to binge, or an edible snack from the fridge. Cause all we need is a bunch of weed, joints to smoke, munchies to feed, took to having a bone to binge, or an edible snack from the fridge. Down and out, what's that about? You can count on them to count us out, but all year we've been doing it our own way. Down is where we wanna stay. Down and out, what's that about? You can count on them to count us out, but all year we've been doing it our own way. Down is where we wanna stay. 'Cause all we need is a bunch of weed, joints to smoke, more cheers to feed. I took to having a bone to binge, or an edible snack from the fridge,
That was a Headgum original.